Meet the Duprees. They're the ones that run things behind the gates of their private community. The core four of the family are Father Vernon, his wife Anita, and their two daughters Nicole and Danny. Let's start with Nicole, or Dr. Nicole to you, whose life seems to be so perfect. She and her husband Ted, who's also a doctor, has 3 children, Martin and Catherine, and also Ted's nephew Andre, whom they've raised. Oh, but then there's Danny, who married Bill, and they had 2 daughters, Naomi and Chelsea. And after 30 years, their daughter Naomi moved her best friend Haley into the house, and she stole her man. And now they're getting married, and Danny's not happy about none of that. But how could she be? Listen, Dupree family, you've got our attention, and we're back again today to get the tea, and I'm here to pour it. Because we all want to know what happened today beyond the gates.
Gatekeepers, get in here. The tea was hot. Get in here. The tea was hot. Open up the gates and get in here. Gatekeepers, get in here. What?
Add to the stage. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Still nothing? Mm. Okay, let me leave and come back.
Got you now.
Oh wait, I was about to leave.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm back live. I don't even know what happened. Okay, y'all, let me just bag up. All right, thanks, Lynn. I am so sorry, you guys. I don't know what went wrong up in here. Okay, so what did y'all last hear? Let me just back up and just begin again because my cousin said she saw pictures popping up, but she was not hearing anything. So let's go back and start with Smitty and Martin. I'm sorry about that. I have no idea what just happened here. Okay, so on this paper again. Okay, so Smitty and Martin, Smitty was at home trying to get in touch with Martin and he couldn't get him. So he was sending him text messages like, okay, where you at? What's going on? And so when Martin got back, he wanted to know, where you been, what you been up to. And he said that he was over to the principal's house. He's like, and I'm glad I went by there because she didn't know nothing about what was going on. So can you all hear me still again? Yeah, okay, I know you can hear me now. Okay, let me turn this back down now. Okay, so he says, a good thing I went by there because she didn't know anything about what was going on with these kids. And so he's explaining to him, Smitty is trying to get him to see that going around throwing your influence around is not really helping Tyrell at all. And that's the thing that he needs to remember that really matters here. So Martin sits down and he's looking up different laws on bullying and all that kind of stuff. And Martin can see that he's about to do too much, okay? And he doesn't want Tyrell to become the poster child for what Martin is about to kick off here, because that's what's going to happen. Because Martin can be a little bit um, tunnel visioned when it comes to his career and what he thinks is best for everybody. He just has a tendency to just do too much sometimes. Okay, well, Smitty is trying to remind him that one fleeting moment, just one fleeting moment here, could end up costing Tyree a lot. And not only that, that if he were to go and fly off the handle, that it could end up costing him a lot politically as well. And then Martin says, believe me, I know about that. We know you do. We know you do. Mm-hmm. And you better hope that Mike don't know your tea down to Bill's office, because Bill busy over there firing him. And he ain't happy about none of that. So if he got any tea on you, Martin, it might be about to fly. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait to see. Wait. Hopefully everybody comes back because I know we were having difficulty. Let me get up here to these comments now. You guys says you could hear now. KB Mommy was saying hello. Blatant Truth says yes, we hear you now. KB was saying that she hopes everybody's having an amazing day. Let me know who's still in here because I don't know what happened, child. Okay. KB says yes, Tony. Yes, and I almost missed it taking my fur baby outside. You got a fur baby, girl. Blatant Truth is back in the house and says hello, KB. Okay, so hopefully the others who were here will come back because I don't know what went down today. Somebody just trying to get in our way, child. Okay, let me get back over here to these pictures so we can talk about Ted and Nicole, child. It was after Kat's party, right? And Dr. Nicole had got called away to go see about a client, right? So when she gets back, Ted is there busy cleaning up from the party. And she was like, I can't tell you nothing about what happened. He's like, I just feel so bad that you have to go out late like that. You're so dedicated. And I really hope that your clients understand just how dedicated you are. They really don't deserve you, Nicole. Well, he's being so nice that Nicole teases him and says, you must want something, Ted. He do. He wants your forgiveness, girl, because Ted done messed up, girl. He done messed up. He done messed up, but we want you to forgive him and his turtlenecks. And please note, he is not wearing a turtleneck today. Okay? Okay, people who like to pick on his turtlenecks, which I think he wears well. But anyway, she gets a phone call, and he said, I hope that's not one of those people calling you back again. And she said, no, this time it's Andre. So she answers, and Andre wants to come by. And Ted starts flashing back to his conversation with Andre because he's like, oh, Like you really think Andre would walk in there and spill your tea. Andre is not Jacob. But if you had told Jacob now, you would have a little something to be worried about because you know he can't have that on his conscience too long. You know he can't. Not Jacob, baby. I wouldn't tell Jacob nothing. Okay. Just nothing. But Ted is looking uneasy the whole time. So when Andre gets there, they're all sitting there talking. And Andre said, I just wanted to talk about the pictures, and exactly what you want me to capture. Let me give me some ideas of what you want, and I'm gonna put together. He always got to do a little video presentation. You know how Andre do. He thorough. He good at his job. We ain't gonna say he ain't when he is. And so he just wants to talk about what context they want the pictures and the video to have. And Andre is saying, well, I want to, concentrate on your love. And Dr. Nicole said, mm-mm. That ain't what I want to do. I don't want to concentrate on all this perfect love that you're talking about. Even though she went on to talk about, she said, because Ted and I had our challenges. We did. I'm not going to sit here and act like things were perfect. I want to talk about our journey through love, all the rough times we went through. Like with that time I couldn't find you, Ted, when I was having my baby and I was going through all the hard times trying to get pregnant and stuff, and I wasn't really there for you like I should be. It was almost like she was trying to pour it on, make him feel a little guilty. I was feeling sorry for him. And baby, the whole time she was talking, this was Ted's face. Ted was looking like, please don't nobody say nothing, don't nobody say nothing. Don't nobody say nothing, don't nobody say nothing. Please don't say nothing. But anyway, while she's talking about, how they did have their challenges and things were not all that perfect, she said, I almost pushed Ted away. Like she was just really confessing it up. She said, I almost pushed Ted away. And, because we were trying to have this baby. That's all I was thinking about was having this baby and all of that. And I wasn't there for Ted like I should be. Child, Ted started acting like he was in, what is that show that used to come on? A Perry Mason episode. He started acting like he was in a Perry Mason episode, jumped up out his chair. He was like, hold on, child. I was like this. I was like, oh, Lord, what is he about to say? What is he about to say? And he says, I'm the one that let you down back then, child. Ted, don't you never scare us like that no more. Because I was over here holding my breath. My mouth fell open. I was like, what in the entire world is he about to get up and say, child? Because whatever it is, don't you say it. Don't you say it. Like I want you to tell her, but don't you do that. Don't you do that. Well, now, sidebar. Y'all do know that Leslie Dana Sherry had already told Ted that if she were to tell Dr. Nicole something, and let us not forget that she just got back from a secret call for a client, that if I were to tell her something, she can't tell you no way. So that is the reason why Ted's sitting up there looking like this. Because he like, Lord, did she done told her? I don't know. Because she done told you, baby. If I tell her, she can't tell you nothing. So you nervous now, see. You nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs, baby. You is skirt. You is shooketh. And I don't blame you. Because you did hide something, I tell you. You did. You did. But this is the thing that got me, though, right? Nicole asked Ted, why was he getting so upset? What you so upset about? It ain't like the, she said, ain't like we ain't talked about none of this before, And Andre tries to interject. He's like, maybe I shouldn't even brought none of this up. Maybe I shouldn't even came over here. Because Andre, we know you really came over there to talk to her about her sister drinking and can on. But y'all got sidetracked because Ted got scared. But anyway, Dr. Nicole is like, I don't know, you calm down. We've talked about it before, and Andre's, I shouldn't have brought it up. I know it's sensitive. And then Dr. Nicole leaves out. And then Andre asked him, he's like, man, what is wrong with you? You sound like you was about to talk about the other woman or something. What's going on? Another sidebar. Now, Dr. Nicole, you are a woman of a particular hue. And I just don't believe that in real life, you would have glossed over your husband jumping up halfway confessing something, because that is the time that your spidey senses should have been just tingling. But then again, maybe she didn't want to say no more about it in front of Andre. Maybe she will talk about it when he get ready to go to bed tonight. I don't know now. Because rich lady or no, anybody worth the salt in their greens, no, baby. When your man jump up and say something like that, you supposed to find out what had happened was, okay? So I don't know if I believe that part right, because y'all should have got that part right, okay? Before we move on to building them, let me see what y'all talking about, because y'all just gossiping down in these comments. Let me see what y'all talking about. Y'all know y'all likes the gossip. See, let me get out here so I can gossip with you. KB says, I am having audio problems today. No, it was me. I think the app not sure. Yeah, it was me, Tony. It wasn't you. Okay, so today's episode was good. KB says it was good, and it was. Elaine says, yes, we hear you. That's when I was having these audio problems. Y'all forgive me for that because I don't know what happened. Another thing, just this site. Okay. Linda says, this episode was good and enlightening. It was. Tony says he's here now. Yeah, Tony, it was on my end, and I still don't know what was going on. Okay, so KB says Ted's guilt is eating him up. It's like Ted showing that he needs to remain in his spot too. That he needs to remain in his spot too. KB, what that mean? You mean he don't want to be fired? Because he don't. Linda says, if you still can't hear, come on back in. Tony says, I did that, Linda. Now, thanks a lot. Okay. Blatant Truth says, Ted's face. Baby, the look on Ted's face was sending me. KB says, Ted was clocked in today. He was clocked in, baby. He was clocked in and dialed all the way up. He wasn't going to miss a thing. Because he was looking like, don't you say it, don't you say it. Linda says, Ted looked good while he swallowed a raw eggshell, and all while Nicole was talking. Oh, Ted looked like he swallowed a raw eggshell, all while Nicole was talking. Yeah, he was holding his breath. He was like, don't breathe, like he was begging the Lord. He was deep in prayer. Lord, please, please, Lord, if you just don't let us sit this time, Lord, if you let me just please, God, no. Blatant Truth says the 29th can't get here fast enough for the tea. Girl, ain't that the truth? We need May Sweeps to sweep on in here. Okay, KB says, I'm going to miss this, Ted. Right. We don't want this other one. Now, I don't want to protest the man out no job or nothing, but we just don't want it. We just don't want it, sir. That's all. Nothing personal. They should have brought you on here in another role. Play Ted's brother that had passed away, and you didn't really pass away, and you was hiding in the jungle or something. But we don't want it. Okay. KB says, Blatant Truth. What's the tea on the 29th that I missed something? It's sweeps month. It's sweeps month. I know what you mean, Blatant Truth. Destiny. Hi. It's not going to be the same. No, it's not. The chemistry is just going to be off. It is. We should start a petition to keep our original Ted. Girl, it's already a petition. I had posted it on one of the posts. I'll see if I can find it and post it again, and did. KB, I watched a live with one of the producers, Sheila Ducks, and she says our minds will be blown. I will really. Ooh, it sounds like such a gossipy time. Oh my God. Yes, Jen, his spot on the show. Okay. Blatant. Oh, the 29th is his last day? Oh, no. Okay, so JV2393, how long you think this soap will stay on the air? It better stay on, JV. JV, it best to stay on. Because right now, it was neck and neck the last time they talked about it with General Hospital and Rising. And I think they're going to be all right. And JV, if you still in here, that means that, we ain't seen you comment before. We have a little something for you. Every time we get us a new gatekeeper, I hope that you have subscribed to the channel. If you have not, please go ahead and subscribe. But because you commented over here, we have to give you your official welcome. So here you go.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Gatekeepers! A decree from the Queen!
Enough. Be seated.
That's the only thing about the Queen, though. She don't give you too much time, baby. She's like, welcome and get on. Yeah, get you. Y'all scooch down. Let JV in here. Scoot on down now. Let JV in here. Y'all make room on the bench. Share your crumpets. Share your crumpets. Okay. JV says he wants to leave the soap. He better not. He better not be wanting it because we over here windmilling for him. Destiny says, oh man, he wants to leave on his own. I haven't seen that yet, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out. JV says, welcome. You are more than welcome. And yes, welcome. Y'all welcome. Y'all welcome our new gatekeeper down there in the comments. Destiny said, KB says he doesn't want to leave. He wants to stay. Yeah, it seems to me like he wants to stay because on his page every day, all day, all he does is post about the show. And y'all know what? I want to gossip so bad. This is why I can see why we need a members only, where we could do some real, where we could talk about stuff and really get deep in our, suspicions and gossip that ain't for everybody. Okay, but I'm gonna tell y'all what I had seen because I told y'all I'd be over there on his page, and the girl that either is his girl, I think that's his girlfriend, right? So I noticed because she, like I told you, she's an influencer and she does fashions and stuff like that. Now I did notice that yesterday that when she was doing her post with her clothes, that she was not in the closet that she'd been in for the past years. And I'm gonna be looking to see if she's still in there because that means somebody. I told y'all I didn't think she could handle all this smoke that Ted is getting on this soap now. I told y'all. Now I don't know. I'm just being suspicious. Okay? Because I don't know. But that's what I'm suspiciorizing. Okay. Real Talk says, hey, Real Talk. Real Talk says Andre is judging Ted way too harshly, and he shouldn't have given his arrangement with. I don't know if he was judging him. He was telling him to calm down. Because Ted was doing too much. Ted done jumped up trying to confess. He was like, man, if you don't hush, shh, be quiet. Be quiet. Destiny welcomes you, JV. And let me catch this last one. JV is waving back at you guys. All right, y'all, let's get on in here and finish up what had happened was today with these doggone Duprees. And we're going to move on to Bill and them. Child. Well. Now I got these pictures meshed up, so y'all be patient while I find these pictures, So anyway, Mike feels that Bill is just blowing off some steam. He's like, it's not my fault that these women brought this case on me. In fact, the reason you have had kid gloves on is because, your daughter was the one who was taking the lead on this case. But now we can take our gloves off and we can really fight this case for real. And Bill needs to remember all the money that he done bought to the firm. Bill said he ain't worried. Mike is like, you better look, all these billable hours I done brought up in here. Please believe and remember that that's me. That's me right there. But evidently, Bill done went behind the scenes and took care of that ahead of time. He ain't worried, Mike. He said he ain't worried. When Naomi, I had to separate all these pictures, so hold on, let me find Naomi's pictures. When Naomi is home and she is talking to her husband, Jacob, and she's, what she said today I thought was interesting because she brought up this Sora again. She said, my Sora who's taken the case is more than able to handle things because she's been in litigation much longer than me. That means she's older than her, which means she's older than Haley. I got a real feeling that this girl gonna be cute, she gonna be fine, she gonna be smart, and she's gonna be a very formidable opponent to Bill. I think Bill gonna be attracted to this woman, whoever it is, but who shall it be, child? I don't know. But she said one thing she knows is that this woman can handle it because she still feels that these women deserve to have their case heard. but she's also worried about the fragile state that her mother's in. And she just, I hope my mother don't get upset that, I dropped the case, because she know halfway her mama wanted her to, wipe Bill up, sweep, off the floor. She knew it. Meanwhile, Danny and Andre are talking, right? And Andre tries to start talking to her about all that drinking, and she starts deflecting and lying about it. Like, listen, anybody addicted to anything, I don't care what you're addicted to, alcohol, stuff, candy, I don't care what it is, honey. Don't nobody want you bringing up their stuff, okay? But anyway, she don't really want to talk about that, so she's deflecting, and she's making all kind of excuses. And Andre told her that she's using that liquor to push people away, and then she called him baby cakes. She was like, "Well, baby cakes." Now, why are you digging at this child like this, huh? Why is you digging at your play nephew like this? He ain't like that. He ain't like that. He said, "Don't be talking to me like I'm no child." And he right about that, Dan. Don't be talking to him like he no child, because you'll be treating him like he won't. Okay? Well, she said, "Well, if you're going to be sensitive and be all about my business, then, maybe you just need to just, step on out my business. Okay? Because maybe you can't handle that. Let the doughnut hit you with a good level split you." Danny, why is you doing Andre like Andre done been there for you, picking you up off the floor and stuff? But Andre, now you should know now you can't bring up nobody's addictions now before they ready to talk about it now. Because if I'm getting fat, you better not tell me to put a cookie down. Because then we got the windmill. Okay? Mm-mm. 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 You tell me to put a cookie down. You was calling me chunky. I know what you're doing. I know. And she knew too you was calling her an alcoholic. Like the man said in the Five Hobbies. Oh, what? Oh, what now? I'm an alcoholic. Okay. And I ain't making fun of nobody being, having no problems. Because like I said, I'm addicted to chocolate and food and things myself. I got things I'm working on. So I'm just saying. But you can't do that to people when they ain't ready. You can't be bringing up stuff to folks like trying to come all down hard on, even though he meant well. Okay. Well, back at the office, Mike is up and he's playing victim. And he said, I helped you build this firm and all this revenue I bought in. But Bill has handled that already. He said, I just want you to know, they ain't going nowhere. I don't already talk to them people. They ain't going nowhere. They ain't going. And Bill said that he was for sure. No, Mike told him, he said, because Mike was letting him know, now let me let you know the case I'm about to put together on you, because I'm about to put cases on all these. Okay. He said, "You've been trash talking me. Okay, that's one. Messing up my reputation in these lawful streets. Okay." And he said, "This ain't my first time that I've had to deal with you." Bill told him, he said, "This ain't the first time though that anybody's had to deal with you about this kind of thing, because you've done it on other jobs. So there will be precedence here about why we had to do what we did to you at this firm, because you did it at another firm. And don't think we ain't gonna bring that up either. Okay." He said, "And if you think you're putting it in black and white, meaning that, and if you think you want to go run into the courts with this thing, then that will be you who is in effect putting it out there in the public. Right now, we handling this in-house. But run on out there if you want to, and you will be messing up your own career." Mhm. Now, I do think the Bill has made a big enemy in Mike. And I do hope that this don't end to be no who shot JR situation. Because, Bill, you're making a lot of enemies as we go, okay? You're making a lot. Naomi keeps on talking to her hubby, about her mother and the whole situation, blah, 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 because, she getting close to being like these Smith and Martins now, girl. Y'all better come on with your storyline. But Danny is busy arguing a little bit with Andre, and he wants her to see her real strengths and to tap into those. And she feels that Bill didn't see that in her. And Andre feels that it's time for her to see that for herself. And he told her to seek therapy if that's what she needs. He wasn't being mean. It's just like, if you need some therapy, go get you some therapy. There's still a strong Danny inside of that. You just got to tap into that. This time when she calls him baby, she's like, oh, you care, baby cakes. It was okay because she said it playfully. When he leaves, she gets on the phone and calls somebody and asks what they're doing right now. Now, I bet you she calling her partner in crime. Now, I knew that's who she was calling, because she's like, what you doing right now? I need you to run on through. Just don't get into no foolishness, Danny, because we ain't got time for all that. Not today. Okay? All right. So, Bill and this guy, Mike, are still at the office talking, right? And Mike got to talking reckless. Mike said, let us not forget how Haley got her job. All that slap and tickle that was going on behind the doors, right down in this office with the doors closed. Okay? Let's not forget how Haley got promoted, Bill. I guess he letting you know what he gonna bring up in court too. He kept on talking about that, and he was like, and you done got me caught up in your family's drama. Ooh, for a minute, I thought he was talking about Martin. He still could be, I don't know. But he said that the drama that he was talking about was the fact that Naomi and he were at bad terms. He said, and you done use me to get back in good graces with your daughter. You think I'm gonna take the fall. And that ain't what's about to happen here. Then he starts talking all loud to Bill. And he said, you should have fought back against that little. And then he was about to say the B word. He was about to call this man's daughter out of her name. And that's when Bill had to grab him up. Bill had to grab him up because he was about to say the wrong thing. Now, there is a difference between grabbing somebody up and hemming them up. Now, he grabbed them up first. And then see this picture right here? That's how you hem somebody up. When you hem somebody up, you got to push them up against the wall with it so they can't get away. You see how that works? He grabbed them up. Then he hemmed them up. To put it in the hood terms. He done had to hem Mike up because Mike mouth had got just reckless, child. When you get hemmed up, you about to get hurt, okay? Mike, you better watch it, child. Well, Danny's friend makes it over to the house. I forgot her name. I was intending to pull my paper up and get her name, but I forgot her name. But she gets over to the house and she's talking to her about, girl, you got to tap into your, like everybody been telling you, your daddy done told you, Andre done told you, your best friend done told you, we done told you. Girl, how many people got to tell you? Concentrate on you. Your daughter done told you, girl, concentrate on you. Your sister done told you, your mama done told you. People gonna get tired of telling you after a while, Danny. You better listen, girl. Well, after that, they say, let's go on and let's head out to the country club. Well, meanwhile, Haley's on the phone. Not Haley. Is it Haley? Yeah, Haley's on the phone calling Bill because she's down to the country club. And she's like, why don't you come on down? He said, okay, we can do that. Child, but Danny headed over there too. What's going to happen? Oh, Lord. Well, Jacob and Naomi are still at home talking and product placing because you see the tide. He was like, what are you putting on these sheets? Ooh, they smell so good. Girl. So listen, y'all better get on over there to Ty's IG page, like we said now, because we want this show to stay on the air and let them know that you heard it being advertised on Beyond the Gates. And that's why we're here, because we want the money to keep flowing, honey. Well, Jacob and Naomi are talking, and she says that she really does. She says, what is it like to have a dad that you admire? Child, Jacob don't know that his daddy ain't nobody that admire. Y'all both gonna be in the same boat after a while, because Jacob daddy, fine as he may be, he ain't no good. Okay? So she does feel that her dad knows all that was going on down to that office. She says, now, I do think my daddy knew what was happening, and he just brushed it off. Because, she's still torn. She's like, I know they still need a suing. Because I think my daddy knew what was going on. He just brushed it under the rug. And for that, any company should be, prosecuted, have charges brought up against them. And she said that she also admitted that she wanted to punish her dad a little bit for what he did to her and for what he did to her mama. She says that is true. So because her motivation wasn't right, that's the reason why she wanted to step on down. That's very admirable, Naomi. Let's just hope your daddy don't make you mad and rile you up again, okay? Well, Danny told, hey, well, they when Danny got to the country club, her and a friend, they walk in. Let me find these pictures. Hold on, y'all. They walk in and they spot Haley sitting over there to the side, not getting no service because she can't get no service. She's still, hello, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, and they still walking past. They wouldn't be walking past me though. I'd have got served, girl. You don't know how to get served because they would be ignoring me. I'm paying all these dues and things. I don't care who Danny is up in here. Well, anyway, when they get there, um, Danny goes over and sat down with Haley, and she's like, "Let's talk." And this time, she really wasn't up to no good. She wasn't. Okay, she really wasn't. She told her, she says, Bill, she said, I can see that Bill really does love you. I have to admit that. He does. He loves you, girl. He do. Mm-hmm. He do. She said, and in fact, it's as much as I see that he used to love me the same. She was being very sincere because she really can see that he has feelings for her. But she said, but I know this, you better have your plan B. Because one thing about Bill is Bill will suck you in and he will take everything up out of you, honey, just like he did me. And she said, I got a career. She said, no, you don't have no career. You got a job. I had a career. You got a job. And not only do you just have a job, you got a job that your husband is in charge of. So you may not have that. See, and I'm just telling you, have you a plan B? Because once Bill has got what he wants from you, he's going to toss you aside. And I think she is sincerely trying to warn the girl because that's true. And let us not forget, Naomi Sora is on the way. She on the way, baby. And like Naomi was telling her husband, she said, this girl know how my daddy cheat. Mm-hmm. He know exactly. She knew exactly how my daddy cheat. Let me go back to that picture. She was busy talking to her husband, and she said, see, here's the thing about Haley that I can't figure out. She said, Haley knew exactly about how my dad did. And Jacob is trying to encourage her to get things together with the relationship. Because he's like, Haley and your dad, is it Haley? No. Yeah, Haley and your dad come as a package now. They're a package deal. So you got to learn how to deal with that, right? So she's telling her, she says, one thing I know is that I cannot figure out Haley's angle. That she knew my dad was a cheater. And she used to quiz me all the time about my mom and my dad and their relationship. She's like, and I really think she was scheming to get my father. She says, the difference in them is that my father does not know when he's hurting people. But Haley, I think is plotting to have done just that. See, I know Haley couldn't be all she was pretending to be. All sweet and innocent. Girl, you don't pull nobody's husband being oblivious to stuff. That ain't how you do it. You don't take nobody man right up in their own house and you ain't got no good sense. She was plotting the whole time. We just got to wait to find out how. Even though I do think Bill is into it, though. I think he is. But like she said, baby, a narcissist may love you while he do, but when he don't no more, not so much he ain't got to love you, but when he don't need you to serve something no more, you will be dismissed. She's not lying to you about that, Haley. Well, Pamela comes over to the table to retrieve Danny. She's like, girl, come on, we got to finish talking about this business that we came up in here to talk about. So let's go. And as a parting gift, Danny calls over the waiter and tells him to take Haley's order. And then Haley had a little something funky to say before she would go. She was like, I still think you. And I was like, girl, now you still picking on the wrong one. Now you still a small tiger. You ain't no full grown one. Now you better get your little baby claws, put them up. Because now Danny trying to be nice. Let her be nice. Don't get her started. She says she ain't no killer, but don't push her. Child, I tell you. But I was really taken out at the way they did that product placement for everything. I thought that was interesting. Very slick of y'all. Well, when Bill gets there, right? Bill sits down with Haley and he looking over there at Danny. Now, why are you looking over there at Danny? He looking at her, she looking at him. And then when Haley got up and went to the restroom, he went over to the table with his fine self. And he said, I just want to thank you for what you did for Haley, because Haley told him that, Danny called off the dogs and I was able to get served and all of that. And he was like, well, that's nice. So he went over there to say thank you. Because he sure couldn't keep his eyes from over there. See him looking. Now, why he grinning in that picture? Why is he grinning? Huh, Bill? But anyway, he went over there and said thank you and everything. Then he went on back to the table because he didn't want Haley to catch him while she come back from the bathroom. Like, what you doing over there? That was very interesting. Today was interesting. It really was. Let me get down here and see what y'all talking about what y'all gossiping about down in these doggone comments. Let me see. All right, let me scroll up and find where we left off. Hold on, here we go. Linda says Ted was truly shook and spooked. He was. The actress that plays Nicole hinted about something coming towards the end of April too. Ooh, Elaine, girl. Mike should be nervous as 3 farts in a skillet. Everyone is replaceable. JB said it looks like it's going to last a while for Nicole. It's going to take a while for Nicole to find out Ted's secret, probably the end of the year. That ain't how they be moving on this show. This show has been moving with warp speed. Y'all know day one, they kicked the door in with some drama. Day 2, day 3, day 4, we was all hooked. By Friday, we had a wedding and everything. I mean, child. Whew. I don't know if it'll take that long though, JB. Because you might be right about the new litigator. Yeah, I think the new litigator gonna be fine. Woo. Y'all just wait to see. A new crop of actors coming in May to freshen up the rotation. Well, I told y'all if the show take off now, they was gonna start lightening things around here a little more. But that's all right. And let me know if they bring a storyline. Maurice posted the petition to keep him on his Twitter, so he wants to stay. That's true. Then I signed it. Bill was about to choke Mike. He was. He had him hemmed up. I'm about to tell y'all. In the hood, once you hemmed up, baby, you can't get loose till we turn you loose. And when he got through, he throwed him back. I was like, Bill, you better go head on. Being all west side. Okay, Linda says Mike jumped at Bill a little too soon. He forgot who he was. He forgot who was in charge. Elaine says this just proves that Bill knew Mike was a slime ball all along. He did, because now he done told him. The other before you even came over here, he already knew. But what he wanted was that money. But he don't need him now. He got the clients. Mike's life flashed before him when Bill snatched him up. It did. You know what it looked like for a minute that. As an actor, he was looking at Bill like, man, turn me loose. I really can't breathe. I think Bill was really in character. Mike was talking real greasy at first. I feel Mike will get revenge somehow. He might. One never knows, do one. Let me see what happened if I make this screen bigger. Y'all hold on one second. Yeah, I can still see the comments and much better. Thank goodness. Okay. Destiny says, who is this lady to Danny? That's her best friend, her ride or die. I done forgot her name. It's on my paper over here, but Dee says, hey, gatekeeper, sorry I'm late. I catch the replay. Girl, I ain't have no sound for a minute at the beginning, so you're going to have to fast forward through a little bit of it. Destiny H says, some type of freelance therapist. Her best friend is? Girl. Tony Lynn says, Bill about to make Mike a microphone, and he about to tell everything he can. Pamela used to be married in real life to Joey. Pamela, is that her best friend's name? Hey, Below Didi. Everybody saying hello to you, Below. Elaine says they recently divorced. Ooh, y'all, maybe we get some real life drama and tension right on the screen. Linda says, do tell. Danny told Haley the truth. She did. She was lying. So Haley was plotting and planning, asking all those questions. That's what Nicole says. She says she used to quiz her all the time and ask her all sorts of nosy things about her parents. And now she thinks it was because she was plotting out how to get her daddy with his fine self. Did you peep the shade Pam threw about her drinking water? So is heifer really prego? You know, I don't know. I was wondering that at first, but then I thought maybe she was saying what she did about her only getting water because she wasn't getting no service. Because that's how Danny responded to it. Danny was like, no, 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 we've had enough fun. Let's make sure she gets some food. Everybody's got to eat. So it could have been that, or it could not have been. She's pregnant with a boy child. Yeah, she says she's hoping it will be a boy if she is with child. We don't know yet if we're celebrating this or not. But in real life, Dr. Nicole is expecting. I think and Kat just got married in real life too. Okay, so I mean, we'll see. Destiny got her eyes up. Destiny Blatant Truth says, hope not. JV says, if he's staying, why they want to recast him? Because he probably said that he was only available up to a certain time. See, sometimes when these new shows start, they don't know if it's going to last, so they'll sign on for a certain amount of time. Then they will have other projects in the queue that they'll be like, I'll go with this instead of staying with that because that may not last. We don't know yet. We're waiting for him to come and tell us what had happened was because we wants to know. Maybe he can't talk until he leaves. Well, they better not be brightening it up too much. We love to see a lot of chocolate on the screen. That's true, but that's what happens. We get used to build up ratings. They do that with networks, the same as Fox did when Fox first started. You have to remember that's where you were watching Martin, Living Single, all these different shows. And once they got the channel built up, they ditched every single one of them unceremoniously. Didn't even give them closing episodes, really, as usually happens. Hold on. Elaine says, love that Pamela, Danny's real friend, showed up at last. She needs a ride or die girlfriend. Yeah, she need one being real with her, though. Bill told Haley to skip alcohol just in case she is preggers. Yeah, he did tell her that, too. I think Mike will go off on Naomi. He was just too angry with her. Yeah, and that's going to be a mistake. Kat's wedding is in June in real life. Okay. Want to see any cat fights between Danny and Haley? Will we see any? I don't know. But let us hope so, because we love the gossip. So if y'all want us to gossip about it, honey, go on and put it on the screen and we will talk about it. We will. We gonna do it. Ooh, y'all so doggone gossipy. And I love it. I do. I do. All right, y'all. I'm still looking down here so I can catch the rest of these comments before we get out of here. I thank you all for hanging in there with me today through that technical difficulty, because I don't know what happened. It just went out. But I think StreamYard will have issues like that off and on. I'll probably get an email about it later, like, sorry, we were having difficulties. But okay. All right, y'all. So we're going to get to our questions, right? We're going to get to our questions. Thank you all for tuning in and everything today. As always, I appreciate you. Love you like a fat baby love candy, and Lord knows I do. Okay, so let's see. Here are questions. We got to get these questions. Is Naomi right? Is Haley really a schemer and has plotted her way to get her dad? Huh? Will Mike go quietly and leave the firm? Or will he have a trick up his sleeve to stay? Will it? Will Dr. Nicole double back and ask Ted why he said what he said once Andre leaves? Ooh. Y'all know we want to know. But we won't find out unless we keep on being nosy about all that's going on beyond the gates. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please, as Linda just said, like, share, comment, and hit the notification bell. If you have not become a gatekeeper over here, go on and join. You love me. And we love you too over here. We just get together to have fun. It's all in fun over here. And why not tell a friend to get on over here too? Drag them over here kicking and screaming. We don't care how they come, just as long as they get here. All right. I hope that everybody is having a great day. And if not, remember there is still some time left. Why not see what you can do to turn it into one Anyway, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. We'll gossip then. Bye.
How did you get beyond the gates? Be gone.
Tell absolutely no one that I'm the one that let you in behind the gates. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.